Hey everybody, Brian Wright here. Welcome into another edition of 5 Fantastic Minutes. If you're a person out there that and your team is struggling, you have somebody on your team that you're not getting the performance that you would like to get out of them, whatever it is, right? Could be on the phone. It could be, somebody back in the clinic chair, whatever it is. If you're struggling with how your team is performing, I want you to listen up today, all right? And even if you're somebody out there and your team is performing great in your eyes, this is still going to be something that you're going to get a lot out of. I've become more and more obsessed. I've taught over the course of my career, I've taught a lot of stuff around how the Navy SEALs just creates the culture they create, how they train their leaders, and how they go about things very different than really almost every business on the planet. And just so many cool things that you can take from there and put into whatever type of business you are listening out there and really rock and roll. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about something. I've been on this kick, since we moved to Colorado Springs about a year ago as I do this video. The neighbor across the street from us, we become very close, and he's in the Navy. And we get into these in-depth conversations, and the more he learns about what I teach on stage, the more, it just engages him, and he thinks it's fascinating. But I also love learning from him because just the things they do in their daily routine is really something special. And there's a book, it's called Extreme Ownership. And if you've never read it, I suggest you read it. And the more I dive into these books, the more I am just amazed at just how great they are at creating the culture that every business should be striving to create, regardless of what your final outcome wants to be. If you need more new patients, higher conversion, better cash flow, whatever it is, culture is your number one marketing investment to get there. Now, it takes a little time, right? It's not instant gratification, but when it pays off, baby, it pays off big time. Well, in this book, part of what it talks about is the Navy SEALs training. And part of their training is, in water training. They'll put them in canoes, teams in different canoe boats. They'll have a leader in that canoe, and they all row, and they race each other. Well, in the book, it talks about how Team 6 kept coming in first. And there was another common theme is that Team 2 kept coming in last. So the Navy SEALs people would go to the leader of Team 2 and go, come on, what's going on? Like, you're not only you coming in last, you're getting your butt kicked a lot of times. And the leader would constantly make excuses, right? Well, I can't get my team aboard. And this may resonate with a lot of you out there, by the way, some of the things I'm about to say. Like I just said, well, we can't get the team on board. Or, Susie is driving down morale and just won't be a team player, and it's affecting how fast we row the boat. I just don't have the right talent. I need better talent. Like, he's saying all these things that are blaming the team that he is leading. Right, so the Navy SEALs did something interesting. They say, okay, all right, that's the case. Let's do something. And they take the leader of Team 6 that kept coming in first, and now he is leading Team 2 that kept coming in last. They took the leader of Team 2 that kept coming in last, they put him on Team 6, right? Now they say, go, right? The race is on again. Take a guess who comes in first this time. It's not Team 6. Well, they came in second, right? So obviously they have good talent. But the person that came, or the team that came in first, was Team 2. Only change is they flipped leaders. And this is important for all of you listening. Look, it doesn't mean that your team may not have the best talent. It doesn't mean that, it may be sometimes team members are just, no matter what you do, they are who they are, and they're just not going to help you. But the reality is you must always first look in the mirror. If you have HR headaches, if you have a culture that's suffering, high team turnover, can't get your team to do what that you want them to do, extreme ownership, it's you. That's what I want you to look at. As hard as it is, because leadership is a trained skill set, you have to ask yourself, the team, what are you doing to get coached on leadership? Like, the best leaders of the planet have coaches. Leadership is a trained skill set, an ongoing infinite journey of improved skill set to offer a better experience to your team, in turn a better experience to your customer and patient, which creates a super fan, which takes care of every problem you could ever have in a business. You must be trained ongoing to become a great leader. And if not, it is a huge leaky hole that you must plug. But you also must have a mirror and go, if I have team problems, what am I doing to cause it? And it's hard. Not many people can face the facts. And that's why the Navy SEALs, who are who they are, because they look in the mirror. Extreme ownership, everybody. If you have any HR problems, any of the problems that I said, right? Or even if you don't, this is a great way to improve anything you want to improve and get the most out of your team. Change the leadership. Focus on getting the leadership team trained. Leaders out there have a mindset that you can get better for your team. And maybe you all inside your office should switch leaders, right? Switch a leader from the back to the front, front from the back. See what happens to performance. Hope everybody enjoyed today. Have a great week. Take great care of each other. Take great care of your customers and patients. And we'll talk to everybody soon.